Coming up, how about a life coach? Yep, he's right here in studio. He's the famous Charles D'Angelo. Up next with a new book. All right, folks, this is a way for you to get your act back together. Doesn't matter whether it's your health, your wealth, your relationships, you name it, you got it. He's the author of The Inner Guru, the guide to mastering it all, and I'm really pleased. And you know what? Honored to meet you finally, my friend.
Nice to meet you, Jamie.
Charles D'Angelo. You've seen him before. Look at this guy, okay? You know he's a good teacher when he looks like that, right? So, first of all, thank you for all your work with my friend Smash.
Thank you very much.
Who talks about you all the time.
He's worked hard, hasn't he?
He absolutely has. He's a good man, been through a rough period, a year where he lost his wife, and you helped him out there too as well. So it doesn't matter, how do you deal with all these different aspects? When you talk about health, wealth, and relationships all at the same time, they seem so different. But you're pointing out in Inner Guru that actually they're all linked.
The disciplines you apply to achieve weight loss goals, I found, having once weighed 400 pounds almost as a teenager, have direct applicability to finances, to other substances like alcohol, drugs, of course to relationships. And Inner Guru is for the person who, look, if you feel like your life's going great, that physically, mentally, emotionally, everything's perfect, you definitely do not need my book. But if you're a person who feels like something there is out of alignment, you will learn how to lose the change of your history, and which ultimately, that's what we all have to come to realize. Jamie, the reason I weigh what I weigh, I look how I look, and I've been able to be blessed with the success I have, isn't so much because of my heredity or my heritage or the story that is my background. It's the choices I've made. And if people come to recognize when you change your choices, you can change your entire life. Your life's on fire. So you reference Asher, who's a friend of yours. All of us have our story. I grew up bullied, obese, teased, ridiculed. I could have used that as a reason to excuse my own responsibility to take charge of my life and take it in the direction I wanted. But instead, I used that as a reason. I got clear on a vision of something greater, of what I really wanted to accomplish on this planet, and made it about something bigger than just myself. It wasn't just about being fit. It was about what's my purpose? And when you start to ask yourself these more empowering questions, which in my book I help people walk through, not only how to achieve the goals, but how come. But what people really are starving for is getting down to why are they finding it difficult to follow through on what they know. And that's what Inner Guru helps people really work through.
You weighed 400 pounds as a teenager, 360 pounds.
Came from a family of modest means. My dad was a janitor. He owned an industrial cleaning company. My mom, my best friend up until about 10 years old. I was always very different as a kid. I didn't relate very well to kids. I always liked to read. I was more into the arts than I was into athletics or anything like that.
Right.
So I found people my age to be rather boring, frankly. And so being different, children, when they have other kids around that don't really integrate, they see different as bad. And so I was teased, I was made fun of. My mom was always my cheerleader. She was always speaking faith into my life. But by the time I was 10, she started to use alcohol. She started to use prescription drugs abusively. We all have these stories, right?
Right.
We can either look at that and use it as an excuse to say, because my family's always been this way, because I was raised this way, this is why my life isn't going to work. Or we can use it as a warning and say we don't want to follow in those same footsteps, and we can learn from the things we go through and empower ourselves with the tools necessary to get what we deserve in our lives.
Let's take the three things here. And the health thing, when you said something about weight loss, I found that interesting. Because everybody tries, I know what I'll do. I'll just cut carbs out of my diet.
Yes, so people look at it from a tactical perspective. If you want to be successful, I'm interested in lasting change. I'm not interested in losing 50, 60, 100 pounds, and then a person goes back to their old pattern. And that's what this is all about. You've got to ask yourself, what are you using food? If you have an alcohol problem, what are you using alcohol to do? We all have emotional needs, right?
Right.
So obviously a person who's 400 pounds, a person who's using heroin, now with the fentanyl epidemic here in St. Louis, people that are suffering, mistakenly so many believe that they're doing it to just feel high on life. I have personal experience having suffered myself and having people that are very close and those I've coached to be present. And I'm here to tell you, people that eat to the degree that they're morbidly obese are not doing it because it feels so great. Often it's a distraction from the real issue. So you've got to look at the health area and you've got to say, what's the strategy I want to employ so that I can create a pattern of behavior that is going to meet my needs, give me what I thought the food was giving me. That is, help me feel better in the present, but also help me feel better in the future.
Charles D'Angelo, coach, man, it's empowering. And the
Thanks a lot.
secrets are all here. What he just told you there, but it's boiled down in this awesome book, Inner Guru.
In one weekend, reading that book, I am absolutely committed. A person can take what took me almost 2 decades to gather and learn it in a weekend.
Wow.
And change the entire future of their life.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet
Finally,
you.
Charles
It's my honor.
D'Angelo. All right, awesome. We'll put his website up there too, and this book is great, so get a hold of it. Straight ahead, we look back at the week that was.
Yeah, that's good. People who